Hello, today I thought I would go into this brain on this module on the Alesis Forge kit. This brain, the settings are basically the same on the Forge command and the Alesis Crimson kit. Basically the same settings are in those. On the Forge kit you just get locked out on some of the goodies that is in the Crimson and the command. Which they in there, they just got you locked out on the program they got programmed. I'm sure there's a way of getting into that, but when I figure it out, I will have extra triggers. Okay, what we're going to do is adjust the curve on the hi-hat. When I first got these, when I would do videos, I couldn't hear the hi-hat real good, or some of the other cymbals, and if you're having that trouble, they all apply to each pad, the tom, the crisis, or whatever. But I'm going to do the hi-hat, and then you can just take it from there. When you buy this thing, it will be set on curve 1, everything. And that's what we're going to adjust today. So just push on and let this thing load up. I've got a thumb drive in here, or a flash drive. There it comes. It's going to load. I have songs and stuff on. Okay, we're good to go. Now, adjusting the curve on this, we will simply go to your menu, press menu, and it will bring up various places you can go. We will be going to triggers. You have volume, trigger, utility, USB, memory, and the factory settings. In other words, if you mess it up like I did, you can always drop back to factory settings and you get the option of just triggering, or all of it, or songs, or whatever. You will see that. But we're going to adjust the curve, and we're going to have to go into the triggers. So we're going to be adjusting the trigger. So you go there until it shows the little underline. Hit enter, and now we are in this. You will see sensitivity, you will see rim sensitivity, and a few of the rim adjustments, threshold, extract, and curve. We are adjusting the curve, so you just simply go down the curve. And when doing this, just hold your hi-hat down. I mean the hi-hat pedal down there. Just hold it down. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like. And it's coming through this camera, so you're probably hearing that more so. But when you do it, you will hear what I'm talking about. I don't even have my other computer on to let it go through it. Okay, so we're just simply going to go to curve 4 and hold this thing down. And make sure you're on the snare. I mean the hi-hat. It will say hi-hat right up here, because every time I lay my drumstick down I get my snare messed up, but it's my nature to do that. Okay, just make sure it's on the hi-hat. We're on the hi-hat. I showed you what it sounded like. Now let's go to curve 4. You just simply turn it here or push the button. Okay, we're going to curve 4. As you can see, it's curve 4. Now let's try. Okay, and when you open it, it will have a wider opening. In other words, like on your acoustic drums, it will be like adjusting the hi-hat with a thicker space in between the bottom hi-hat. And curve 1 would be open to one acoustic about like that, approximately 3/4 inch. So when you go to curve 4, it will open the hi-hat up to such as an inch and a half or something, and then it gets more of a wider open on it, and that's what we're doing here. And on the pedal, you want to leave that on curve 1 because it's pretty loud anyway. So after you do this, you just simply go to save, hit save, it's right here, and it will say saving, okay, and it's saved. Okay, I'm good there. But that's how you set your curve. And the reason I done that was to get a wider hi-hat open on it. And if you're using EZDrummer, I'm going to show you some programs on it later on. How to get that thing to work right. I know some people's having trouble with it, trying to use with E-drums. There's little tricks there. I already have the videos If you want to go back a long ways until you see EZDrummer, how to use it, it will show you how to set it up. It will show on the Nitro kit all this adjustments that I'm going over on this. All works the same way, just the program a little different. But the reason that I upped the curve on the hi-hat is to get that more of an open sound, more of a, to me it gives it a little more of acoustic sound. It makes it a little more crackly or a little more hi-hatty sound. And that's one of the adjustments that you can do. You can do your cymbals, pads that way. I'm going to play a song and determine if I need to adjust those out. But the program is the same way. The only difference, you will hit the tom 1 and just make sure it's showing whatever you're adjusting up here, and go into the program and do the same thing on this. Now, say for instance, let me just throw this in there real quick. When you get this, let me just briefly adjust the sensitivity, and I'm going to do it on the cymbal, because unless you hit these things extremely hard, you can up the curve on these and get more of a real acoustic sound. That's the only way I know to do it. But seriously, folks, if you want to adjust your sensitivity, it works the same way. Just make sure you own crash 1. I'm going to adjust. Now, you just simply go until sensitivity. When you first open it up, it will be on sensitivity, but make sure it's just underlined there. It says sensitivity. When you get it, it'll be on 6. I probably up it to about 8. And once you up it on 8, you go down here and save it, just like we did the curve. These are things you will have to play around with. I will give you a heads up on sensitivity. If you get it way up there, you will start getting crossfeed with something else. The bass on the Forge kit isn't real sensitive, so I often up it up to about 10. It's on 8 now. I'm dealing with stock settings. If you really want it real responsive, curve it up, and you will get it more responsive, just like we done the hi-hat. These things, guys, you just have to play around with until you get your setting and your adjustments. There are more into this, but that's about it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.